I remember it like yesterday. How can I ever forget that? You know, I don't want this to be on the camera. But I was. This is the first time I actually tell anyone about it. Who am I gonna tell?
Contrary to the popular belief, when a man is being touched by a woman, there's exactly the same feeling when a woman is being touched by a man without the permission. It's the same.
We're focusing more on the number of women that are being raped. And then I said, men are being raped, but they don't have the guts to come forward and talk about it. There are lots of things that men are going through, but it's not like they can come out and talk about it because a lot of people will not listen. It will not make sense. Generally, men are expected to be strong. A lot of men are going through a lot of things, but they're expected to be silent. Suck it up and then move on, one day at a time. Don't you think men also deserve a break? I mean, there are a lot of men that are going through a lot, but they cannot talk to anybody because they feel like when they talk to people, people are going to expect them to, suck it up and then just move on because that's what we are built for. Keeping quiet, not expressing our feelings out there. I'm telling you, bro, like there are lots of men that have been violated. And I'm talking about rape. But when you talk about rape and you mention a man being raped, it's funny. It will be as if, no, this is impossible. If you go out there and even tell your stories to people that, hey, I was being raped, they will not look at it as you being raped. But it's happening.
Being a man is really
It's
difficult.
hard. It's super hard to be a man. You cannot express your feelings, cannot be sad, you cannot take a break. You're just gonna have to keep going. Every day, bro. We deserve a lot of credit, bro. I'm not agreeing to the fact. Again, like rape, when it comes to rape, it's bad. It's not only rape, having to force someone to do something that they don't want to do is not okay. Talk about taking advantage of women. That is some serious issue, but I just want you to talk more about how men are being treated and they don't have a voice. The same way we mentioned about some women wanting men to be wiped out of the planet. There are few, I'm not gonna say like a lot of number, but there are few men that wish the same for women.
There are men who rape women, and then there are men who are falsely accused of rape. Now, when there are way too many men who are falsely accused of rape, it is only normal for a man to wish women did not exist. It's hard for people to believe that as well, that a woman's raped you. Men do go through difficult times. Men are groped in public places too. Men are molested in public transport. That does not make women being molested less of a problem. When a man is molested, and if me as a man tells a woman, there are men who are molested, it doesn't mean that women take that opportunity to talk about how women are being molested. We are talking about how there is a problem. We are not trying to measure who is better and who is worse. We are telling you, hang on, we have this problem. It's for you to show some empathy, like how you expect us to have. If a woman comes to you and says, hey, there's so many women being raped, you expect us to empathize on that. If a man claims a woman has raped him, let's not jump to conclusions and say that man is definitely lying. The woman probably got raped. Let's not come to assumptions.
Do you want to talk about how people will meet and agree, like both adults, consent to doing a certain act, but then towards the end of the day, one will come forward and say she was being raped.
Now, what happens right after what you said is the media. Now, whatever the media says is true. If an accusation is made by the media is not the judge. The media is not the court. They are just making a claim that this is probably what happened. My question is, tomorrow, the court has decided that so and so man is not guilty. Who's answerable for all the news that the media has come up with? Someone can say, yeah, you can go with defamation case and all that. Really, you are wasting time. You have wasted time, and you're just going to end up wasting more time on this. Why is it that the media is always in a hurry to make one the victim? They are there to decide. Then why do we need courts? Is the media the one who decides, or the courts the one who decides?
Man, we have to come to a stage where we come to a conclusion. We need a solution. We cannot just keep going back and forth. I'm talking about women did that, talking about men did that.
I don't think the solution would be wiping men off this earth. I don't think the solution is wiping women off. Neither is the solution wiping the media. But I do feel like if we are more empathetic, then this world will be a better place to live in. When a woman comes and tells you, I'm going through so and so problem, if a man is more empathetic, it really helps. Probably women would not want men to be wiped off. When a man comes and tells a woman that I was publicly grabbed by a woman, it'll be great if women can be more empathetic instead of men saying, yes, we had to cut a tiny part off there because it was a bit too sensitive. And yeah, it is horribly hard for both you and me to talk about what we spoke about. And there's a reason why we had to remove what we removed from it.
This is the first time I actually tell anyone about it. Who am I gonna tell?
Sorry for everyone who's gone through such issues in life. For the women who've been groped, fondled, raped, eve teasing, men are going through the same. Let's be more empathetic to both genders. As a man, let's not just stand up for men. Let's stand up for both men and women. And I sincerely hope and plead for women to do the same. Don't just stand up for women, stand up for men too. And without one's permission, a man touching a woman and a woman touching a man is equally painful. There's nothing fun about it. There are women who think that when a man is touched by a woman without his consent, it's still okay because that's what men want. Not necessarily that. I'm not saying there would be men out there who would say that, but not necessarily. There are men out there who've had traumatic experiences. Also, if you were to talk about it, most men and women would say, oh, that would have been nice.
Thank you, that's what I'm talking about.
There's nothing nice about being inappropriately touched or looked at or spoken to.
This is where I'm getting at. When some things, that's why I wanted you to talk more about it. There are things that are happening to men. People feel like we deserve. And we don't. Nobody deserves that. I mean, forget about women. We're not talking about women. We're talking about right and wrong. There are things that could happen to you, and that has happened to you that you don't deserve. But when you try to explain it to some people, they don't listen to you and try to be in your shoes. They just want to laugh at you. They just want to judge you. They just want to make it seem like, oh, it's okay. I wish it was me. It's not okay. People are going through a lot. But it's not like we have a voice. How many times has that happened to you and me? And how many times have you actually put your hand on another woman randomly, someone
Never.
that you don't know? I
Never.
would never do that.
Never.
But I'm telling you, like, there are lots of times that women touch me without my consent. And I know if I was on the opposite side, we will not be having this conversation right now.
Women would try to, and then when you try to resist in the most polite way, you have other women around saying, come on, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Definitely not okay. I would say the bottom line to this is that let's not think about it as a problem that one gender is facing. Let's not make this about gender. Let's address the problem. Let's work together. Let's not be on opposite teams. Let both men and women be on the same team. And let's fight these demons together. Let's fight these problems together. We are not on different teams. We are on the same team. So it's okay for women to let men be this masculine being that we are. Okay for men to let women be the feminine beings that they are. At the same time, it's okay for both of us to be empathetic towards each other. We have problems too, and so do they. We are not here to measure which is a bigger problem. We are here to work together and remove the problem. Fix it. Solutions.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah.